Hey everyone, we are about to go live. Well, we're actually live, but I'm just going to give you guys a minute or two to settle in and let's just do a quick mic check. You guys can hear me well. Let's make sure you guys can see me well also. Okay, we're about to do a live today, a masterclass. Let me just make sure I can join right now, make sure everything is working. This is the thing with lives. Things are so gimmicky sometimes. So let me see if we're live. There you go. Awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm going to give everyone just a few minutes to join us, and then we're going to get started on a masterclass that I have been working so hard on. I think you guys are going to learn so much today. So do say hi to me in the chat box. I have my chat box open. I'm looking at it on my phone. So if you see me looking down, I'm just saying hi to everybody. Hi, Steve. Hi, Ken. Who else do we have here? Hi, Tony. How's it going? A must attend for me. Awesome. All right, guys. We're going to start in just a few minutes, but before we do, I would love for you guys to say hi in the chat box. Please say hello in the chat box and let me know where you are from. By the way, I'm from California, for those of you guys that don't know. I live in California. I did grow up in Toronto, Canada, moved here because honestly, it was just too cold. I'm not going to lie, it was very cold. So do say hello to me. Let me know where you're from. So for example, we have... Hi, Mikhail, Renoy. Do let me know where you guys are from before we get started. Yeah, happy International Women's Day. What a great day to be doing this, honestly. And that's why I'm wearing pink. I hope you guys like the pink. We have someone from South Africa, Elton from South Africa, Anan, Italo from Rome. Oh my gosh, I've been to Rome. Beautiful, beautiful place. Kenya. We have Tajwar from Pakistan. Who else, you guys? How many other people do we have here and where are you from? Do let me know in the chat box. Also, please let me know if you guys can hear me and see me okay. So we're good, right? Before we get started. Michigan, Austin from Michigan, awesome. All right, where else? Where else are you guys from? Just giving everyone a little bit of time to join. Hi, Andrea from California, Orange County. I'm also in Orange County. Awesome. All right, you guys, we're going to get started. Now, before we do, I would love to ask you guys to share this event because if you are someone that has anxiety, maybe there's someone else in your network too. Maybe there's someone like a coworker of yours that also feels anxiety. So I really want you guys to help out your coworkers as well because today's going to be a very action-packed masterclass and they are really going to be able to learn from this as well. So if you can, please go ahead and share this event. I think you just go onto my profile and you click on share event and share it onto your feed so that people can see it. So repost it so that people in your network can see it, especially somebody that has anxiety or somebody that doesn't like public speaking. They're going to learn so much today. Okay. Hi, Tony from New York City. All right, from Pakistan. Awesome. So go ahead and share that, you guys, and then we are going to get started. So let me share my screen with you. Now, today we are talking about 3 steps to overcome speaking anxiety and speak like a leader. So there's going to be a lot going on today. It's Saturday, March 8th, International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to all of you. Very, very excited to be here. And I do want to let you know that the recording for this event will not be available after. So make sure you stick around. Make sure you grab your pens. Make sure you grab your pencils, your paper, or if you're going to take notes online, take your notes online, okay? Because there's going to be a lot to learn here, and I want to make sure you guys can take away as much as you can from here, okay? So if you are ready for me to get into it, and if you are ready for me to start, say yes. Let me see who you guys are. Let me see if you guys are excited and you are ready to go. So say yes in the chat box if you are ready. Say yes. There is a bit of a delay, so I have to wait for a few seconds before the yeses come in, and then we're gonna get started. This is going to be, by the way, about an hour long, So I hope you guys kept you have that time off and you're here, you're ready to learn and you're ready to go. We have Nadira from Canada. Hi, Nadira. All right. Okay, I'm seeing a couple of yeses now, so that means we're going to begin. Hi, David. David's saying yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Let's get started. So remember, you guys, this is not recorded because I want you guys, and I've been doing this for a long time. What I have seen works the best is when you watch live and you apply everything right away. That's why everything you're going to be learning today, you'll be able to apply. And also, it's going to be stuff that you'll be able to take away in a way that will give you so much confidence. But anyways, let's get started. You'll see exactly what I mean. Hi, my name is Maria Malik. If you don't know who I am an executive speaking coach, and I help introverted leaders excel in public speaking, communication, leadership. These are the skills that I help people with, and my whole idea here is to help you become the most respected voice in the room. Okay. And that's why today we're working on overcoming speaking anxiety, because you have to be able to speak confidently. You have to be able to command that respect in the room. Okay. Here's my promise to you. There will be a live Q&A in the end. So if you have questions for me, specific questions, stick around until the end and I will answer all of your questions. Okay. Now, I want to start off this masterclass by saying something and making a bold statement. And that is that people think that the best speakers in the world are extroverts, when in fact, they are not. They are actually introverts. And I will stand by this statement. Okay. I know most people think you have to be loud, you have to be out there, you have to be super energetic. You don't. That's not the idea. That's not what makes a great speaker. Let me give you guys some examples of great speakers in the world. Now, granted, these guys are popular, they're in the public eye, but they are still introverts. And if they can do it, so can we. For example, Barack Obama, very, very charismatic speaker. And most people will say that one of his speeches that he gave in Boston is what got him the presidency. That's the power of being a great speaker, even if you're an introvert. You can become the president of the United States if you give a great speech. That's how powerful your voice is. Oprah Winfrey, an introvert. She has been around for so long, affected so many lives in the best way possible, inspired people. She's a great example of someone that is not loud and obnoxious, is not an introvert, is not an extrovert, but she has made it. Another example, Warren Buffett, also an introvert, worth billions and billions of dollars. And he did it all not by getting out there speaking all the time. No, there's a very, very quiet confidence to him. Okay. I know you guys know exactly what I mean. By the way, let me know an introvert that you also like. Let me know in the chat box. Who is an introvert that you also really like, that you feel like, hey, you know what? This person is an introvert and I love this person. This person's not loud and crazy, but they've made it using their introversion without changing who they really are. So let me know in the chat box who you guys think is someone like that. Okay. Now, I'm going to let you know that you are in the right place if, number one, you're an introvert with speaking anxiety. And I know this is a problem many, many people have, which is why it's the focus today, really overcoming that anxiety. So if this is you, or you are ready to stand out in the corporate world finally, or if you are ready to take your career to the next level, then you are in the right place today. Okay, that means you're an introvert, you're ready to stand out, you take this seriously. And by the way, this is a Saturday. So if you're here today on a Saturday, then I know that you know how important this is for you, for your personal development, for your professional development. Okay, so if you're any of these, you're in the right place. Now, I want to show you guys a statistic very quickly, okay? And this is on how outgoing are we. So there was a survey done by Industrial Psychiatry, okay? And they surveyed about 4,000 people to see how many people were introverted, how many people are extroverted, okay? So generally speaking, 50% of the population is introverted and 50% of the population is extroverted. But I want you guys to look at something here. When you go up the corporate ladder, supervisors, first-line managers, mid-level managers, executives, top executives, what do you guys see here? What's a trend that you notice? Let me know in the chat box. What is a trend that you guys see here? If you're paying attention, you'll see that only 2% of executives make it to executive levels. Only 2% of introverts make it to that top executive level. Okay. Why is that? When 50% of the population is introverted, why is it only that 2% of top executives are introverts? This is a statistic that really bothers me. Okay. And there's a reason for this. It's because introverts do not speak up more. The way that our corporate world is designed is for people that speak up, people that portray their ideas, articulate their thoughts. They are the ones that move up. Now, introverts are great speakers, but they just don't have that courage and don't know how to do it. And that's why we're doing this masterclass today, because I want to see this number in the next few years go up. Okay. If you agree with me and you want to see this number go up as well, say yes. Say yes, I want to see this number go up. Okay. By the way, just a reminder, this is not recorded, so do stick around until the end so that you can learn everything. Okay, this is a live interactive experience. Now, let me tell you guys a quick story. Okay, I was always the quiet kid. I was always afraid to speak, and I was always the person that would lose out on opportunities. So I started a job, and first of all, it was so hard for me to get jobs. When I did get jobs, I would always see other people move up. I would be in meetings. I would be so quiet, and sometimes I would just feel invisible. And honestly, that's not a great feeling. I also had a coworker actually once call me a ninja because he said, you come in so quietly. I don't even know you're here sometimes. And then it's like 10, 11 a.m. And I'm like, oh, wow, when did you come in? That's how quiet I was, right? So if you can relate to that, if you're someone that's quiet, that doesn't speak a lot, then you can really understand what I mean by that. But I will say this, I was ambitious and I wanted to get better. I wanted to move up the corporate ladder. I wanted to get promoted. I wanted to get those jobs because I wanted more responsibility. I wanted to make sure that I was doing better work. It was more challenging and I wanted to make more money. So that was one of the reasons that I pushed myself. So what ended up happening? Okay, my life took a very, very different turn once I learned public speaking, communication, and leadership speaking skills, because I saw that people around me, these are the people that would speak in meetings, the people that were getting promoted, the people that were getting invited to all these events. They were the people that spoke up. Okay, and I was like, okay, that's it. I just need to speak more. I just need to articulate my thoughts better, but I didn't know how. So that was such a challenge for me. But once I learned, and by the way, it took me years to learn, and I'm teaching you my years of experience. So once I learned that, everything changed for me. I started getting the jobs that I wanted. I started getting promoted faster and faster. I started enjoying myself at work. I started giving presentations. I started attending networking events. I made more friends. Even my personal life changed. That's how big of an impact public speaking, communication, and leadership skills has on you. Oh, and with all of these things came making more money. Now, I want to ask you guys, let's say, for example, you made an extra $10,000 a year. What would you do with that? Me, for example, so when I was in the corporate world, I was super excited because I wanted to pay off my student loan. That was like my number one thing. The other thing was I used to love shopping. And, I still do, to be honest, but I wanted to go out shopping. I wanted to be able to buy the things that I wanted. I wanted to be able to get my own apartment. So I want to know from you, if you made that extra 10,000, extra 15,000, extra 20,000, what would you do with it? Would you maybe take your kids to Disneyland, that trip they've always been wanting to go to? Or would you finally buy that house that you've had your eye on? What would you do with that extra income? Let me know in the chat box, because there is a direct correlation between how well your public speaking skills are and how much you earn. So let me know, what would you do with that extra income? I want to know what you guys think. Let me know. Surprise me. I always get the funniest things. Sometimes I get some really good stuff. For example, someone was telling me that I really wanted to take my kids to Disneyland, and getting that promotion helped me do that. Okay, Michael says invested and pay off debt. What else? What else would you guys do with that extra income, right? It's life-changing, you guys. It's life-changing. So I'm hearing a couple of things from you guys, but just think of the possibilities, right? Now, I will say this. When I figured out my public speaking style, like what I did was I didn't just try to mimic other people, because us as introverts, I think there's that misconception where you have to be like everybody else. That is not the case. You do not need to be just like everybody else to be a great speaker. If everybody spoke the same, if everybody's style was the same, then we would all sound and look the same. Then there would be nothing unique to us. So what I did was I figured out my own unique style, what I'm already good at, and I played on it. For example, I'm not a funny person, so I never try that. I'm a more serious, inspiring storyteller type of person. That was my speaking style, so that's what I did. Now, I've made it very easy for you, by the way, to figure out your speaking style. So let's do a quick exercise before we get into the lesson, because I want you to know what your speaking style is so you can amplify that and use that to impact your career more. Okay, so head on over to www.voicesthatlead.net. Okay, and go ahead and do the quiz. I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes, so we're not going to move on. Don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. Go over to voicesthatlead.net. Here, I'll drop it in the chat. Voicesthatlead.net. Okay. Oh, of course I spelled it wrong. www.voicesthatlead.net. Go ahead and do the quiz. Okay. Voicesthatlead.net. So once you click on this, you're going to see a quiz here. You're going to click on Discover Your Introverted Speaker Style. Click on it. Okay, go through the questions, and it's going to tell you exactly what your speaking style is. It takes about 5 minutes to complete, so I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. Okay, go ahead, complete the quiz, and then we're going to come back and talk about the answers, and we're going to talk about how you're going to use your own speaking style to amplify your voice. Okay. So let me know once you're done. Once you're done, come back and let me know what your speaking style is. So you guys have about 5 minutes. It's 11:18. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes. So go ahead. Here, I'll write it out here. Do the quiz. You guys have 5 minutes. And then come back and let me know what your results are. We're going to dissect some of the results, and we're going to talk about how you're going to use that to overcome your anxiety and how you're going to use that to be an even better speaker. Okay, so www.voices.net. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. Once you come back, again, let me know what your speaking style is. Curious to see. Have you guys done it yet? Geeta, thank you so much, Geeta. You're so sweet. Building empathetic relationships with people. That's very nice of you. Thank you, Samuel. Voicesthatlead.net. Okay, you guys, make sure you do the quiz. You guys have 5 minutes. We are 2 minutes in right now, so you have 3 more minutes to do the quiz. I'm going to give you guys some time. We're not going to move on, don't worry, until you are done the quiz. So finish the quiz and come back. Hopefully you guys are on your laptops and not on your phones. Makes it a little bit harder on your phones. Okay, let me know once you guys are done the quiz. Once we have at least 5-6 people that have completed the quiz, then we can continue from there. So do the quiz at voicesthatlead.net. You guys have about 3 minutes left. Let's do the quiz. And then when you come back, we will go over the answers. If you're just joining us, everyone is doing the quiz right now to figure out what their speaking style is. They are at www.voicesthatlead.net. Once you are done, come back and let me know what your speaking style is. It takes about 5 minutes on average. Some people finish it faster. So give yourself at least a good 5 minutes so you get a very accurate answer. Okay, and once you're done, come back and let me know what your results are. We'll give you guys, still have about 3 minutes. If you're just joining me right now, we are doing a quiz to figure out what your speaking style is. Everyone is doing that right now. David, you already did the test. Okay, David, what's yours? Analytical speaker. Okay, done. Azisha, what is your speaker style? Let me know in the chat box. What is your speaker style? Okay, we're going to give everyone about 2 more minutes. So you guys have 2 more minutes to do the quiz. Let me see how many of you guys have completed it. Let me look in the back end. So again, you guys have 5 minutes. Well, there's like 2 more minutes left. Wow, it looks like a lot of you guys are doing the quiz right now. Okay, so make sure you finish. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to finish. Oh, this is awesome. I love this. I think I have over 40 people doing the quiz right now. Amazing. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some time to finish. It looks like you guys are almost done. Once you are done, we will go over the answers. Austin, looks like you just completed the quiz. Great job. Sajal, you just completed the quiz. Arihant, Leah. Awesome. I'm going to give you guys another minute. So Austin, authoritative speaker. Awesome. We're going to talk about that one in just a second. Azisha, I'm funny. Okay. What was your result, by the way? I'd love to know. We have another analytical speaker. Okay. So we got analytical so far, authoritative. What else? Do we have any charismatic speakers? Any of you guys charismatic speakers? I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute to finish the quiz. Looks like many of you guys are almost done. 1 more minute. I wish I had a timer here so we knew exactly how much time we have. All right, we have people on 7, 8. I think there's about 12 questions, but they're very quick. Just make sure you go through them, read them all. We're almost done here. Okay, I see most of you guys are almost done. I'm going to give you guys 1 more minute. Vinod, it looks like you just finished. Great. Okay. 30 more seconds. I see a lot of you guys are almost there. What else? Unique speaker style. Okay, we have authoritative, we have analytical. We got a couple of analytical. There's a lot of analyticals actually, and I'm not surprised. What else? Authoritative. If you're just joining me right now, everyone is completing the quiz to figure out what their speaking style is before we continue. Analytical, Perry. Wow, there's a lot of analyticals, you guys. All right. Okay. So hopefully you guys are done by now and we're going to get started. So that was a good 5 minutes. I think most of you guys have completed the quiz. Let me take a look. 100%, 100%. Okay, great. Awesome. Looks like Perry, you're done. Okay, so let's continue. Risha, Samuel's done. Great, great, great. Okay, I think it's taking you guys a little bit longer, but that's okay. I really want you to get these answers because we're going to dissect it a little bit right now, and that's really going to help you with that anxiety, especially if you have speaking anxiety. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are all done right now. Analytical, we got 1 conversational. Okay, conversational. Anyone else? Let me know in the chat box what your speaking style is. There are about 5 or 6, depending on your answers. So let's continue. All right, so welcome back. We are going to now talk about some of the different styles because being a great speaker does not mean you have to be like everybody else. You guys need to forget that. Being a great speaker means you need to figure out what your speaking style is and amplify that. Okay, so let's look at some of the speaking styles. Okay, for example, if you got the analytical speaker, first of all, you're going to get a whole list of your challenges, what you're good at, and what to do from here. So an analytical speaker delivers information with clarity. By the way, I'm also an analytical speaker with structure and precision. They focus on facts and data. So they're the type of people that are like Steve Jobs, Neil deGrasse Tyson. They're people that really organize their speech clearly and support points with data and maintain calm, steady tone. So when I think of analytical, I'm thinking project managers. I'm thinking engineers. I'm thinking people that are really on the desk doing a lot of jobs, like that their job is mostly sitting on the desk. So that's mostly analytical speakers. Charismatic speakers. Now, there are quite a few charismatic speakers too. When I look at the back end, a lot of introverts are actually charismatic speakers. Charismatic speakers are the ones with high energy. They tell a lot of storytelling. A great example of this is Barack Obama. He's a really, really good charismatic speaker. He shows a lot of enthusiasm. He uses storytelling, and he actively engages with you as an audience by making eye contact. Now, I know some of you guys got authoritative. If you got authoritative, say authoritative. Rana, which one did you get? Thoughtful. David said he's a big fan of Neil deGrasse. So with authoritative, now this is one of my favorite type of speakers because they have this calm confidence. They speak with so much clarity and they are so composed with their delivery. So they have that steady tone, their posture is very strong, and they don't use a lot of filler words. When they speak with purpose. So when I think of authoritative speaker, I'm thinking CEOs, CFOs, I'm thinking founders of companies. They know how to command attention. So if this is your speaking style, that means it's very easy for you to command that attention. Okay. Now let's move on and get into the actual lesson. Okay. Now you guys are here today because you want to learn how to overcome speaking anxiety. And now that you know what your speaking style is, and by the way, if you're just joining me, make sure you do the quiz, www.voicesthatlead.net, to see what your speaking style is. It's going to really help you, because why do we get anxiety when we're trying to be something we're not, right? So if you know your speaking style, it's going to really help with that anxiety as well. So we're going to cover 3 different things today when it comes to overcoming speaking anxiety and sounding like a leader. Okay. Number 1, we're going to talk about your mindset, because everything starts from your mind here. So we're going to focus on that first. Then we're going to talk about the different steps that you can take to overcome anxiety. By the way, if you have speaking anxiety, if you get that, your hands start to sweat, if you feel red, if you feel your heartbeat pounding really fast before speaking up in front of an audience, say yes. I want to see who you are. I want to connect with you, and I want to make sure that I can help you today. Okay. So say yes in the chat box if this is you. Okay. And then step 3, we're going to move into how to sound like a leader. Once the mindset is fixed, once your anxiety is in control, then we can talk about the actual techniques you can use to speak more like a leader. Okay. So let's get into it. Now, I want to talk to you guys about mind first. Okay. Why? Because like I said, everything starts from here. Your thoughts. Now, there's been countless research done about how impactful your thoughts are. So one of the ones that I highlighted today are, it was done in personality and individual differences. So research highlighted in personality and individual differences examined the relationship between self-talk frequency and public speaking anxiety. And basically they found that the more people that had a negative self-talk with themselves, for example, why did I sign up for this? Or this is going to be so difficult. I wish I wasn't here today, or I should have just called in sick. The more of those negative thoughts you have, the worse your speaking anxiety gets, because thoughts become things, thoughts become actions, and your body follows your mind. So on the flip side, those who practice self-reinforcement, for example, more positive self-talk, and again, there's studies behind this. So it's not just woo shit, it's more like, hey, that self-talk makes a huge difference. Okay, so that positive self-talk actually reported lower levels of anxiety in people. So what does that mean? If you have public speaking anxiety, what does this mean for you? How important is it that your mind, like how powerful is your mind and how much is it impacting you? So what this is telling you is that negative self-talk means higher public speaking anxiety. Think of it right now. And here's the problem. No one sits down and thinks of what are some negative thoughts that I actually tell myself. For example, I would tell myself, they're not going to believe me, or they're not going to think I deserve to be here. That was something I would tell myself, right? Versus having that positive self-talk really lowers and reduces anxiety. So think about some of the negative thoughts that you have when you get up in front of your audience. If you'd like to share them, if you're comfortable sharing them, please tell me in the chat box, what are some of those negative self-talks that you have with yourself? By the way, if you're just joining me, make sure you stay until the end. There is no recording. I want you guys to learn on the spot, okay? And I want you to interact with this. That's the best way to learn. So let me know in the chat box, if you're comfortable, what are some of the talks that you have with yourself? So the study suggests that the way you talk directly impacts how you feel when you're public speaking. So this means your inner voice shapes your confidence. So if you think, why is it that I can't get up in front of people and be this confident? Why is it that this other person, my colleague, gets up there and talks and everybody listens? Why is it that I can't do that? Then really check that self-talk that you're having with yourself, okay? You need to start replacing self-doubt with constructive, empowering thoughts, okay? That means you have to practice self-reinforcing self-talk. Instead of, I'm terrible at this, or I'm super nervous, you need to change that to, I am actually very excited. There was a study done by Harvard that they basically studied thousands and thousands of people, and they had them do the self-talk where they said, I'm nervous, versus the other group said that I'm really excited. So the study basically found that when you turn nervousness into excitement, those people performed so much better, and they showed much, much lower levels of anxiety when they were in front of an audience. So that means you have to rewire your mindset. And how do you do that? With repetition. The more you affirm positive beliefs, the more they shape your reality. So stop telling yourself, I'm nervous, I'm nervous. No, tell yourself, I'm excited, I'm excited. This is going to be great. Everyone is going to love this. The more of that you do, the better the outcome will be for you, even if you don't believe it. I'm not asking you to believe it. I'm just asking you to shape your thoughts, and you're going to see everything else will follow. Okay. Now, while you're doing this, you also want to make sure that when you notice any critical thoughts, you pause and you reframe them, because that's always going to creep up on you. It's always going to come up. I used to have this all the time. Anytime I would have to speak in front of an audience, I was just like, oh God, what am I doing here? How am I going to do this? So coming from someone that was terrified of public speaking to now speaking in front of thousands of people, if I can do it, trust me, you can do it too. And again, you want to start from here. Okay. So what's your takeaway from here? Before your next presentation, say to yourself, I have valuable insights to share and my voice deserves to be heard. Okay, say it with me. I have valuable insights to share and my voice deserves to be heard. Reframe your mind. Okay. Now let's get into overcoming anxiety. Okay. I want you guys to know what anxiety really is, because everyone throws this word around like it's nothing, but anxiety is actually it's very crippling. Coming from someone that's had extreme anxiety, public speaking anxiety, it's no joke, right? And being able to control it is so empowering. So anxiety, what people don't realize, is actually a very natural response that's designed to keep us safe. So your brain is just going into survival mode. It's a survival mechanism, specifically in the amygdala. So the amygdala detects threats and triggers the fight or flight response. It's almost like if you're in the jungle and you see a tiger, your body's like, run. You're not going to be safe here, run. It's the exact same response that you're getting. Of course, there's no tigers around. There's nothing like that, but it's the same exact response. And that's why you get that anxiety. That's why you get so scared. Okay. So now that we have a better idea of what anxiety is, where it's coming from, what are some things that you can do to manage it? Okay. I'm going to teach you guys 3 very powerful techniques. And I just want you to take away one. Okay. I'm going to talk about all 3 of them. Find one that works for you. Okay. Baby steps, you guys, baby steps. And by the way, if you're learning a lot so far and you're liking this, say yes in the chat box. I just want to check in with you guys, make sure that you guys are learning. This is about an hour long. We have 30 minutes more to go. And I promise you guys are going to learn so much. Stay with me. Ask me your questions. I am going to have a Q&A in the end. So write down your questions, save them. We will go over them in the end. Okay. So just let me know yes if you're still with me, and we're going to get into the 3 techniques that I want you guys to learn, but I want you to just use one. Okay, find the one that works for you. Okay, you guys with me? I'm seeing lots of people in here. If you're with me, say yes. All right, I'm at only one that keeps getting logged out. Nadira, sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. Everything looks okay from my end. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, all right. So here are the 3 techniques. Number 1, I want you to think of an anchor word. Okay, what is an anchor word, you ask? Don't worry, I'll tell you. So an anchor word is a simple word to ground yourself. Okay, think of something that resonates with you. Think of something that's very positive for you. For example, maybe confidence could be that word, just one word. And I want you guys to start thinking of it and let me know in the chat box what that word is for you. So it could be confidence, it could be powerful, it could be, I think one of my clients said she uses shining. It could be boss. It could be CEO, right? A word that really gives you power. Think of a word like that. For me, I think it's always been confident. I love everything about that word, confident, confident. So think of an anchor word, okay? And it's exactly what that is. It's going to anchor you. When you get anxiety, you're going to repeat that word in your mind. For example, confidence, confident, 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 powerful, 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 powerful. Or for you, it could be something like, give me some examples, you guys. What are some examples you guys can think of? Again, it has to be something that resonates with you, whether there's a story behind it or not. Strong. I love that one. Rana, strong, 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 strong. That's a word you could use. What else? Give me some more words, you guys. I'm sure you guys have tons of them. A word that resonates with you, your anchor word. Surprise me. I know some of you guys, I had a client that loved that word shining. For her, it was that moment where she felt like she was on stage and she's shining and everybody just loved her. Safety. I like that one. Safe, right? Safe. If you keep saying safe, that is your anchor word. So find that anchor word. And when you get that anxiety or you start feeling it creep up, say it, repeat it as many times as you can, and it's going to ground you and it's going to anchor you. Okay. If you could say it out loud, even better. If not, that's okay. Just say it in your mind. So that might be one thing that you can take away in terms of a technique to manage your anxiety. The second one is the 10-minute rule. Okay. The 10-minute rule. Now, studies basically show that the first 10 minutes is when you're the most nervous. That's when anxiety peaks. The first 10 minutes is when anything that can go wrong will go wrong in those first 10 minutes, basically. Okay. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about, that heartbeat moving really fast. Maybe it's you start to sweat. For me, I would turn red as a tomato. My friends would tell me, oh, we just saw you on stage. And I used to ask them, oh my God, did I turn red? They're like, yes. My whole face would turn red. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong, most likely in those first 10 minutes. Something happens after, because your anxiety levels are low, it's much easier for you to bounce back from. So what does that mean? Make those 10 minutes count, okay? That means show up early. Come 10 minutes early so you can start that 10-minute clock early. So you can start talking to people. So by the time you're actually presenting or you're in that meeting, your nerves are already settled and you can speak more clearly. Because once your nerves settle, you can think more clearly, you can speak more clearly. Everything is so much better then, okay? So think of that 10-minute rule. Also, what do we do during those 10 minutes? This is when we're doing our introductions or we're talking about the first topic, right? So learn that inside and out. You don't need to memorize or learn your whole presentation. Focus on those 10 minutes. That's where the magic happens, those 10 minutes, okay? So if you don't want to use an anchor word, focus on the 10-minute rule. Now, this one here, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique is for people that have very severe anxiety, okay? So if this is you, if you have mild anxiety, I would go more for those anchor words or follow the 10-minute rule. If you have severe anxiety, now maybe you don't right now, but in the future, maybe something will happen where now you have to be in front of 1,000 people. Use this technique. What is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique? So when you get anxiety, what ends up happening is your heart starts beating really fast. You almost lose control over yourself. So this method, the grounding technique, engages all of your senses so that you can stay present. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to look for 5 things and you're going to say them out loud. For example, painting, desk, dog, light, camera. Look for 5 things and say them out loud, okay? Then you are going to touch 4 things. Maybe you can touch your mic. Maybe you can touch your phone. Maybe you can touch your ring. Maybe if you're wearing a necklace, touch your necklace. Look for 4 things that you can physically touch with your hands, okay? And then you're going to look for 3 things that you can hear. Maybe it's somebody walking down the street, or maybe it's a bus that's going by, or maybe you're about to get up in front of your audience and you're seeing the janitor like cleaning. Listen for 3 things, okay? Then you're going to look out for 2 different types of smells. Remember, we're engaging all of our senses here to reduce our anxiety. So you're going to look for 2 types of smells. Maybe it could be the coffee brewing in the cafeteria. Maybe it's somebody, Becky on the side opening up her lunch. You can smell her lunch, right? Look for 2 things that you can smell. And then lastly, number 1, go back to your thoughts. Think of 1 positive thought, okay? Again, this is if you have severe anxiety. Follow the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, okay? So I've given you guys 3 techniques now to manage your anxiety. I want you to tell me in the chat box, which one are you going to use? Are you going to use an anchor word? If so, what is your anchor word? Are you going to follow the 10-minute rule? Because again, I want you to focus on 1. When you have anxiety, you can only do 1. So pick one today. If it's an anchor word, say anchor word. If it's the 10-minute rule, say 10-minute rule. If it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique, say grounding technique. Which one are you going to use? And I hope this is very helpful. Try it out. It's life-changing, especially if you have mild to severe anxiety. Okay, the anchor word is, and by the way, anchor word is if you have very little anxiety, if you have more anxiety, follow the 10-minute rule. If you have severe anxiety, follow this method, okay? So let me know in the chat box before we move on to how to sound like a leader. Well, there's a lot of you guys here. I hope you guys are learning a lot right now. Aisha says the 5, 3, 2, 1 will work for me. Awesome. What else? Let's hear from a few more people. Anchor word, 10-minute rule. Which one is it going to be? Let me know in the chat box. Grounding technique. Okay, Douglas says grounding technique. What else? Do we have anyone using the anchor word? I love the anchor word technique because when I first started, I would use the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 because I had such bad anxiety. I finally graduated now to the anchor word. Anyone using the anchor word? 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, love that, Samuel. Anyone else? Let's hear from one more person. Don't be shy, guys. Give me one more person. Which of these techniques are you going to use? And then we're going to move on to sounding like a leader. By the way, you guys, I'm so proud of you guys. I've had at least 60 people here from the beginning. That means I feel like you guys are really learning a lot and you're taking this very seriously. So I'm happy to see that. All right, let's move on now to sounding like a leader. So just to recap, we've worked on our mindset, okay? If you're just joining, we've worked on our mindset, getting rid of that negative thought. And now we are working on overcoming your anxiety. We talked about the 3 things that you can do to overcome your anxiety. And lastly, all right, we got one person, Maureen, using the anchor word. Awesome. And now we're going to get into sounding like a leader. Okay, because now that the mind is intact and you've been able to control your anxiety, your body, now let's talk about how to actually sound like a leader. Okay. By the way, you guys, this masterclass is not recorded, so make sure you stay until the very end because I'm not going to have this recording up because I want you here present learning. I've been doing this for 5 years, and the people that see the best results are the ones that apply, that are live, and that apply everything they're learning right away. Okay, so there will not be a recording. So make sure you grab your pens and you paper and make some notes. All right, grounding technique is so unique. It is. It's really good though. It works very, very well. Now let's get into sounding like a leader. Okay, we're going to talk about what not to do first because I feel like there's such a misconception about what leaders are, how they sound, what they're supposed to do, what they're not supposed to do. Okay, so let's talk about what not to do. If you want to sound like a leader, you need to get rid of those filler words, the ums and the uhs and the that hesitation. I know some people say it's okay. Yes, it's okay to have 1, maybe 2 filler words per sentence, But if you're excessively using filler words, it's going to make you sound much less credible. Okay, how do you get rid of those filler words? Easy. You get rid of those filler words by slowing down your pace. If you ever notice, people that are nervous, they speak really fast, right? So you want to slow down your pace. Okay, slow it down as much as you can. The other thing that you can do is add some pauses. We are going to talk a little bit more about that. But when I work with my clients, the number one thing, the easiest thing to do for us is getting rid of their filler words. So again, you're pausing, you're slowing down, you're just taking your time when you're speaking. There's no rush. I know when you're excited or when you're super nervous, you want to get through things fast, but slow it down, control that power, bring yourself back, ground yourself. Okay. Once you ground yourself, you can think so much more clearly. You'll speak so much more confidently. Okay. Now, the next thing is speaking too fast. You do not want to speak too fast. And again, that pace is going to help you. Have you ever look at leaders? Don't they look like they're just there taking their time speaking? Nothing is affecting them. It doesn't matter how maybe stressed out the company is or how maybe something's going on in the company and the audience is riled up. A speaker, like a confident leader, just stands there still and he's taking in the questions. He's not showing any emotions. Okay. And also, you do not want to over apologize. Some of you guys, I see this. I'm sorry. Can I ask something? No, take that sorry out. Or I apologize, but no. Don't apologize for speaking. Don't apologize for wanting to get your thoughts out there. Don't apologize for wanting to articulate your thoughts. Leaders do not do that. They just speak and they do it confidently. Okay. Now let's talk about what you should actually do if you want to sound like a leader, okay? You want to start strong. Think of that 10-second rule. Now, based on studies, people decide within the first 10 seconds if they like you, if they're going to trust you, and if they want to keep listening to you or not. They decide that within those first 10 seconds. That's how quickly we make up that decision subconsciously. And what does that mean for you as a leader? If you want to sound like a leader, you have 10 seconds to grab people's attention. You have those 10 seconds to prove to them that, hey, I'm in charge. I'm the leader. I know what I'm talking about. I'm confident. I'm here to guide you. So listen. Okay. So make those 10 seconds count. That means you have to know how to introduce yourself very well. And whatever the topic is, that first topic, you need to know it inside and out. Okay. Next thing, what to actually do, have pauses in your speech. Okay. I see you guys speaking. You guys, I've worked with 250 introverted leaders, and every time I hear people speaking, they're just rushing, boom, 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 boom. Stop and pause. Pausing is such a power move for leaders. Okay. Because when you pause, not only are you allowing yourself some time to think of the next thing to say and reduce those filler words, but you're also giving your audience a time to kind of collect their thoughts and really relax and take it in before they continue listening to you. Okay. The pauses show people who's the leader. The pause shows people that, hey, I don't care what time it is. I'm going to keep going and I'm going to take my time telling you what I need to tell you. Okay. I'm going to show you guys an example of this. So don't worry if you're confused about it. Now, the next thing is you want to speak with your body. Okay. So the rule of communication is that 55% of your communication is done through your body. So you never want to just sit there and not use your hands. You never want to have that tight like body language like that. Your body language is so important when you're speaking like a leader. It tells people if you're confident, it tells people how you're feeling. It really accentuates your message. So use your hands, let people see your hands, and where you want to keep your hands between here and your belly button. That's where your hands should be at all times. Don't have them up here. Don't have them too low. Keep them within this vicinity. Okay. Use your hands, speak with your entire body. Don't just speak with your words. If you ever look at leaders, they'll stand there tall and they'll use their hands to explain things. Okay. If you want to sound and look like a leader, start using more of your body language. I will say that this is usually the hardest thing for all of my clients to do, but the more you practice it, I promise you, just like anything else, you'll get better because you have to see what is working and what's not working for you. Okay. So this is how you actually sound like a leader. All right. Now, I have a bonus exercise for you. I love giving bonuses. So if you're learning everything so far, if this is making sense to you, say bonus if you want to hear what the bonus is, because we're going to do a quick 10-second exercise that's going to help you help you hear the sound of what a true leader sounds like. Okay, so if you're ready for the bonus, say bonus in the chat. Say bonus, bonus, bonus. I want to make sure you guys are still learning, you're paying attention, and this is making sense to you. So let me hear it from you guys. If you are learning and you want to hear the power sentence drill that we're going to do right now, say bonus in the chat. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'll give you guys a second before I continue. Say bonus in the chat if you're learning. How much pause is okay? That's a great question. We'll come to that in just a second. Okay, I'm seeing bonus, bonus. Vinod is saying bonus. Aisha, Peter, bonus. Doug, David. Awesome. Great job, you guys. So let's get into this, and I want you guys to try this right now, okay? It only takes about 60 seconds. It's a power sentence drill, and I want you to say this out loud. It's okay if it's okay if there's people around. Just let them know you're working on something. So I want you to listen to the difference between what a leader sounds like and what someone that doesn't have leadership skills sounds like. I think we should maybe try a different approach, if that makes sense. Now, we're going to remove those weak words, weak as in I think, maybe. Instead, you're going to say, we should try a different approach. Do you hear the difference already? I think we should maybe try a different approach to we should try a different approach. Now, let's slow it down and add that pause. I know some of you guys are asking, how long should I pause for? You just need that 1 second, okay? So now let's slow it down. We should try a different approach. Do you hear the difference from, I think we should maybe try a different approach, if that makes sense, to we should try a different approach. We should try a different approach. Do you guys hear the difference? This is what someone that's nervous and not confident would say. This is someone that's maybe a little bit confident. This is what a leader would say. We should try a different approach. See the confidence in that? Now let's take it to the next level. Instead of saying we should try a different approach, you see how there's that in that ending? I see a lot of people do that ending on a higher note. You want to end on a much lower note. Okay, so your tone should drop towards the end of the sentence. We should try a different approach. Okay, you see how the tone drops versus we should try a different approach. When you say approach, it almost sounds like a question. You don't want to question it. If you want to sound like a leader, you need to stop adding in those question marks in the end, and you want to say it like a statement. It should never be a question. It should be a statement. We should try a different approach. Okay, that's what a leader sounds like. Okay. Now, I hope that made sense to you, and I hope that you guys learned a lot today. So we just basically talked about the bonus exercise, which was a power sentence drill. We went over what to do to sound like a leader. We went over overcoming your anxiety. I gave you guys 3 different techniques to try. And then we also talked about your mindset and how important it is when it comes to public speaking. Now, what you guys just learned today is just the tip of the iceberg. And I want to ask you a couple of questions, okay? How valuable is your time to you? I know most of you guys are corporate introverts. You guys are in the corporate world. Can you stay stuck where you are for another 6 months or another year? Are you somebody that wants that promotion? Do you want to move up that corporate ladder? Do you want to get those better jobs? Do you want to get invited to company events? Do you want to be able to speak confidently and not lose sleep and have so much anxiety when it comes to public speaking? You know, if that's something, if you are invested in yourself and if you want to grow as a public speaker, if you want to grow in your just career, get promoted, because these are the things I notice, and these are the things that my clients notice when they get better at public speaking. I want to show you some examples actually. Okay, let me show you some examples. Let me take you guys to I just posted this a few days ago. So the stuff that I teach you, by the way, actually, let me start from here. I do want to introduce you guys to the Voices That Lead community. I recently just launched a community that is, oh my gosh, it's for introverted leaders. And I think my last 10 years of work has prepared me for this. So I recently launched a community that's called Voices That Lead, and it's designed for introverted leaders to become powerful speakers. So if you learned something today, you're going to learn 10 times more. You're going to learn 10 times more during this community. And I want to show you kind of what type of results you can get from being part of this community. So recently, I just posted this, Speaking Confidently Boosts Your Entire Career. And I wanted to show you guys examples of what is possible for you if you get better at public speaking, if you speak with more confidence. So for example, you start getting those promotions. Here's an example of one of my clients, Sean. He got promoted to a VP role just after months of working with me. So he posted here, being promoted into the VP role of strategic finance. That was my biggest win of the year. Another one of my clients, Connie, I asked her, hey, Connie, I saw you got a promotion because she updated her LinkedIn. She's like, yes, I did. I'm super thrilled about it. Stephanie, same thing. Also, I have good news. My boss recommended me to the CEO for promotion and it got approved. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see better. Yeah, so as you can see, Stephanie, she got a promotion just 3 months after working with me, and she wasn't even looking for one. If you're not looking for that promotion, maybe you just want some financial growth or you want confidence. So here's an example of one of my clients, Fiza. She learned to speak more confidently. I trained her to speak to her manager asking for that role, and then she got that promotion. And since then, I have been promoted 3 times. So this is the last 2 years she got promoted 3 times. Maybe you want some other type of growth. I had a client, Benjamin, who basically he went from being afraid of public speaking to launching his own podcast. And he asked me to be on his podcast, which is pretty cool. I had a client, Shalini, who went on to giving her first TED Talk within the first year of working with me. I had another client, Nadia, who basically, she was a keynote speaker and she got great feedback after her next speech after applying some of the body language techniques that I taught her. Career breakthroughs. Maybe you're looking for a job. I had Julie here. Hey, I just got interviewed for and got my dream job. I went into this interview better prepared and with much more positive, confident mindset that I know contributed to this win. She's been working with me. I think it had been only like 3 weeks or something. Ethan got an award for Best Speech Award because I taught him this technique called skeleton notes. So he put together a speech in just 10 minutes and he won the award for it. Holly, she got a new job while she was working with me. Rohit, this is a big one, you guys. I had a lot of clients, by the way, that are on beta blockers. So Rohit, he asked me to blur his last name. He got off of beta blockers. Maria, I want to tell you, I finally got off beta blockers. I knew I needed to find a better way. So being able to get off beta blockers and control your anxiety, how powerful is that? I have so many reviews like this, so many things. So I wanted to show you guys this because that's what's possible for you when you get better at public speaking. Now, if you join the community, and I'm going to tell you what is included. When you join the community today, you're going to get a 30-minute personalized assessment with me. So by the way, this is something I'm only offering to you guys because you guys are here live. I don't do one-on-ones anymore with my clients, but if you join today, you're going to get a 30-minute personalized assessment where I'm going to talk to you, ask you about your goals, guide you, tell you what you're good at, what you need to improve on, and then send you off to make sure you have a roadmap of how to get better. So you're going to get a 30-minute one-on-one personalized assessment with me. We're going to have bi-weekly classes, master classes. So what you learned today was an example of a class. There's so many more. There's 2 classes per month. And there's also practice sessions. Because everything is live, by the way. It's not enough for you to just sit here and learn. You have to apply everything that you are learning. Okay, if you want to get better, you have to apply everything you are learning. And that's why we have bi-weekly impromptu sessions. There's also Q&As. Let me actually show you inside my community. So here is my community. So once you join, you're going to see welcome to Voices That Lead. And then there's so many things on here. The biggest thing is events. Okay. If you go under events, you're going to see that we have classes. So last week on Thursday, we worked on managing anxiety. And then we have our impromptu sessions. And there's lots of times to choose from depending on what time zone you're in. Also, power up your presentations. I have guest speakers. So I have Benjamin coming up. He's going to teach. Here, let me show you guys here. I have Benjamin that's coming up and he's going to teach you guys how to give better presentations. So that's on March 20th. I also have another a stylist coming in April who's going to teach you guys how to dress better so that you look the part. So there's lots of different things in here. And of course, the bi-weekly practice sessions. Also, there's pre-recorded lessons. So remember how I talked to you guys about body language? I have pre-recorded lessons for you. For example, body language. You watch the lesson. I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about what to do with your hands, where to look. You're also going to learn things like the psychology behind public speaking. We also talk about fears, how to break through that fear, why you have this fear, how to manage it, how to get better at it. So this is a little bit inside the community. There's a lot of wins and success stories. There's a lot going on here. You can post your exercises. There's quizzes. There's contests. We have a contest that's coming up next week where you're going to be able to win you're going to be able to win my collection of books that really helped me with public speaking. We also, if you can't make it live, we also do the training replay. So if you can't make it live, you can watch the replay. So I'm super excited for this. I just launched it. And because you guys are here today live, like I said, I have something very, very special for you guys, which is that 30-minute one-on-one. Okay. Now, typically, I charge $500 for that one-on-one alone. When I do masterclasses for companies or any other place, I charge $1,500 for the hour. For impromptu sessions, when companies hire me, I typically charge them $2,000. So if you were to take all of this, right, it would add up to a total of $4,000. So what I wanted to do was make this more accessible for you and have everything in one. So if you join today, I actually have a launch special for you. And this is the first time I am launching this live here on LinkedIn. So I'm super excited. So instead of paying $500 for the personalized assessment, instead of paying $1,500 for masterclasses and $2,000 for the impromptu sessions, for today only, it's a very small investment of only $250 a month. Or if you join me for 3 months, you get 1 month free. So you'll be paying only $500 per quarter. Now, I want to drop the link in the chat box for those of you guys that are interested. So again, I've given you guys 2 options. Okay, you can either join monthly or you can join on a 3-month basis. Now, I will say I would give it at least 3 months. Okay, my 3-month package is usually the most popular because you're getting 1 month free, first of all. And the second thing is you're also, here, let me drop this in here first. I just dropped the link in the chat for the monthly investment. And then I'm also going to drop the link for the quarterly. So I would say give yourselves at least 3 months. Okay, if you give yourself 3 months, the possibilities are endless. The things you guys are going to learn in 3 months, because you want to do enough of the, here, let me drop this here. Okay, so look in the chat box for the link to join. So if you give yourselves 3 months, what's going to happen is, this is based on everyone that I've worked with, 3 months is when they learn everything that they need to know from me. Some people stay longer because they just really enjoy it, but I would highly recommend joining for at least 3 months. You're getting that 1 month free. If you want to just test it out, see, okay, let me see how I like it. If this is going to work for me, join for the month, right? It's only $250 a month. You're getting 30 minutes. You're getting a 30-minute assessment from me one-on-one. You're also going to get 2 masterclasses per month. You're also going to get 2 practice impromptu sessions per month as well. Okay. By the way, you can cancel at any time, but I do recommend doing it for at least 3 months to really see good results. Okay. Now, a couple of questions. I know some people have questions. Will this work for me? This is something I guess asked all the time. Now, this will work for you if you do the work. This isn't just an online course, okay? Because online courses don't work. Yes, they work if you have something else added to it. For example, the practice sessions. So this will work for you if you show up live. And as you guys could see, I have lots of timings for you guys to choose from. You can either attend a morning class or you can attend an evening class. These are Pacific Standard, by the way. So you can either attend 1 p.m. Eastern Standard or 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. And then there's also Q&As with me that are going to happen every other week. So you guys are really going to see results if you put in the work, if you show up, and give yourselves at least, I would say, 3 months at least. Okay. So again, the link to join is in the chat box. Yes, this is in US dollars for Nadira that's asking. It is US dollars. And by the way, you guys, this is a launch special. So I'm only doing this in March. Once March is done, I'm going to have the regular price, which is going to be $350 a month. And it's going to be almost $1,000 for 3 months. So you guys are coming in at a good time. And I'm also not going to be doing one-on-ones. So you guys are getting your one-on-one right now with me, which I typically charge $500 for. You're also getting 2 masterclasses a month. You're getting 2 impromptu sessions only for $250 a month. Okay, yes, that's US dollars. Or what I really recommend, join for 3 months, get that 1 month free. Okay, going back to the questions, it will work for you if you do the work and you show up. Okay, I've worked with, like I said, I've been doing this for 5 years. I've worked with almost 250 clients. The people that show up consistently for at least 2 or 3 months are the ones that see the most results. Okay. Another question I know I get asked a lot is, I'm in another time zone. Will I be able to attend the different classes? So I have clients in the US, Canada, UK, Germany, Australia, Singapore, Malaysia. So I really account for everybody. And that's why I have different options for you. That's why I have morning classes and evening classes. And if you miss anything, everything is recorded. You could still do the work and submit your work and get feedback from me. Okay. So like I said, I account for everybody. It's especially going to be helpful. Like, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. I have lots of options for you. The other thing is, will I get enough practice? Now, here's the beauty of this launch special. I just launched it, so there's not that many people in there yet. Eventually, I know this is going to grow huge. There's going to be so many people. So if you join today, you're actually taking advantage of the fact that there aren't too many people in here, and you're going to have enough practice time in each call. Okay. By the way, this offer is only available until I'm here live. Once I go off live, the offer is going to be gone. Okay. So make sure you join right away. And by the way, I think I'm seeing a couple of people have already joined. Can you share the community link? So Sergio, you'll get the community link once you join, once you click on the link, and once you purchase the community, you'll get the link emailed to you. Okay. So will I get enough time to practice? Right now, like I said, is the best time to come in, because right now there's only maybe, I think per call, I'm seeing an average of like 10, 12 people per call. So you'll get enough time to practice, but you'll still have a little bit of an audience so you can practice in front of your built-in audience. Okay. I also want to talk about a refund policy, because I know some people ask about that. Now, this is it's on a monthly basis. So if you pay for the month, then you stay for the month. If you want to cancel, again, you can go ahead and cancel, no questions asked. You have a full month to use it. Okay, so there are no refunds, but you can cancel at any time if you feel like, you know what, I think I've learned enough. But I will say that I have clients that have stayed with me for years just because they love it so much. I have some people that give it their all in 3 months. They learn everything. They get their promotion. They get that job they want, and off they go, which is fine. My goal is to make sure you learn and you get everything you can out of this community. Okay. So again, if you are interested, the link is in the chat box. If you can't find the link or anything, send me a message, a DM, and I'm more than happy to send you guys the link directly. Okay. I think I am seeing a couple of people have joined already. So congratulations to the people that have joined. Very excited to have you on board. If you just joined, I'm going to send you an email with my one-on-one link so that you guys can set up your one-on-one call with me. Okay. So again, last time I'm letting you guys know, the launch special today is that you are going to get it's only $250, and this is the launch special. Again, 3 months for only $500 per quarter. And lastly, you are going to get that one-on-one assessment with me absolutely free for today. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? I think I covered most of the questions, but if you have any, just let me know in the chat box. What questions do you have for me? Okay, let me open this up. Give me 1 second. Any questions for me? And I hope you guys learned a lot today, because especially if you have anxiety, I feel like this was especially catered towards people that have anxiety. Okay, what questions do you guys have for me? let me know in the chat box. Yep, so I just shared the link with you guys. Again, let me know what questions you have for me. For example, I think another one people really ask is, what kind of things am I going to learn in here? So everything you're going to learn in here is designed to make you a better speaker. For example, a better public speaker. For example, better at communication. For example, leadership skills. So if you learned a lot today, this is just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. What you're going to learn in the community, there's 10 times more. And like I said, give yourselves 3 months, you guys. That's all you really need, 3 months. And in order to get that one-on-one assessment, you need to join right now, okay? Once you join, I will send you a link to set up your first one-on-one with me, and then we'll do our first one-on-one this coming week, okay? So any other questions before I let you guys go? Let me check here. Again, you guys have 2 options to join. It's the $250 a month or $500 per quarter. Let me know in the chat box if you have any questions. And I hope you guys learned a lot today, like I said. If you do have that anxiety, here, I think I have one question. Rishabh, as a leader, how do you balance being approachable and fostering strong relationships with your team while also maintaining authority and making tough decisions? That's a great question. So first of all, Rishabh, I would highly recommend you doing the quiz if you have not already. Know what your speaking style is, because if you are the type of speaker that's conversational, play on that some more, right? Or if you're the type of speaker that's authoritative, maintain that authority, but add in a little bit of elements of conversational. So the whole, like a speaking style of a leader, there isn't one size fits all. It really depends on what you're already good at, and that's what you want to amplify. Okay, so you still want to feel, if you want to feel more approachable, let's say you are an authoritative type of speaker, so you're a little bit more stern. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you maintain that sternness, but you change up your body language. So you smile a little bit more. Smiling is a universal sign of friendliness. So you can't go wrong with that. So you want to smile a little bit more to show people that you're approachable. Ask people more questions. I think sometimes people think as a leader, you have to do all of the speaking when that's not really the case. Here's one more question. Nadira, do you work directly with us for the 3 months? So Nadira, yes. You guys, I am very active on there. I work directly with you guys. I'm not sending in anyone else. So if you go into here, when you guys post your exercises in the Voices That Lead community, I'm your coach. So I'm the one that's going to reply and tell you guys, hey, you did this well, you did that well. I do the classes online. I don't send anybody else. So even though I created this community, I'm glad you asked me that. I am going to be there working with you guys directly. Okay, so I don't want you to think I'm going to send in someone else unless if it's a guest speaker. So for example, we do have someone coming in on the 20th. That's a guest speaker. He's going to teach you guys powering up your presentations. I also have a guest speaker coming to teach you how to style yourself better. They're professionals. They know that better. I'm going to teach you guys public speaking, how to get over your fear, how to speak more like a leader. So when it's my expertise, I come in and teach you guys. So for example, we just had a masterclass this past Thursday where we got really into breaking down anxiety and dissecting it some more. Okay. So Nadira, yes, I will be with you guys. Okay. And again, you guys, if you have not already, make sure you join. The link is in the chat box. If you can't find it, send me a message and I'll send it to you directly. Okay. Great question, Nadira. You guys, when I buy something from someone, like I want to know like, hey, you're going to be there, right? Like you're going to teach me, right? So I totally get it. I'm going to be there holding your hand, walking you step by step. I'm going to do the one-on-ones with you. So don't worry about that. Okay, here's one more question. What happens if we are not experiencing anxiety, but overconfident? Okay, great question. So if you don't feel anxiety, first of all, a level of anxiety and nervousness is a good thing, right? Because that tells you that you actually care. It tells you that this is important to you, okay? So if you're not feeling any anxiety, I think that's a problem too. You should have a little bit of that sense of nervousness. That means this is important to you, okay? So make sure if you are overconfident, what I would do is honestly, I would record yourself, like get out a camera, record yourself and look back and see, am I really overconfident? Am I missing something? You'd be surprised at what you see when you record yourself and you watch the replay. So If it's coming off as overconfident, that means see what you're doing. Are you using too much body language? Break it down a little bit, bring it in a little bit. Is your chin up when you're speaking? That's a sign of overconfidence. Bring your chin down. So really look at what is it that you're doing that's making you look overconfident, and then fix it from there. Okay. Again, you guys, this is I'm dropping the link one more time. It's your last chance before I log off today. I do want to say congratulations to the people that have joined already. You will get an email from me letting you know how to set up your first one-on-one with me. Okay, remember today, if you join for just $250 a month, you're getting a 30-minute personalized assessment with me. You're going to get 2 masterclasses a month, and you're going to get 2 impromptu sessions, and so much more in the community. So let me just drop this link one more time and see if you guys have any other questions. If you guys have any other questions, let me know. I'm about to log off. Here you go. Okay. Here's one more question. How do you deal with someone who feels like I have become an introvert as a learned behavior, and so many times I have conflict between humble and outspoken people? So Nadira, if you've become an introvert, and that's the whole thing that I teach you guys, you don't have to pretend to be someone else, right? This is why I have that quiz for you. Find out what you're already good at, amplify that. So if you're finding yourself now stuck in that bubble and you don't know how to get out of it, take those baby steps. I'm not saying go and give a big presentation in front of 1,000 people. Start with those baby steps. Work on those one-on-ones. We as introverts, we're so good at just doing those one-on-ones. So focus on those. Make sure that you really build on those one-on-one connections, and then that's what's going to help you get a little bit further along. So start with those one-on-ones, then focus on the meetings, then focus more on the presentations. And again, the idea is not to change who you are, but work on what you already have. And if you don't know yet, make sure you do the quiz. That's going to help you. Okay, where is the quiz? voicesatlead.net. Okay. So again, you guys, this was the launch special, and because you joined me live, because you guys came out here, I'm offering you guys the extra, the bonus, which is the personalized assessment, absolutely free if you join today. Okay. I want to say thank you so much to everyone. I do have to get going, and I will see you guys later. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you learned.